story this morning is going to be why we all do this business, and kind of the what you're trying to create. And you don't really realize what you're trying to create until it's actually created. It's kind of hard to see the network marketing build out. Not sure who's going to get who and who's going to sign up who and who's going to take this thing and run with it. Am I the only one that's ever going to work? All those things go through everybody's head as they begin their journey in our industry. And it usually remains in your head for several years. And then all of a sudden, the right combination of people show up, and now you don't know what you're doing to have success. When people ask you your secret, you're like, I'm not sure. I'm doing the same thing I used to do when I wasn't making any money. But that being said, Amy and David Daugherty got to experience residual income. And that, for those that don't know, David was diagnosed with 3 100% blocked arteries and had to have a triple bypass. I think it was 3 weeks ago Monday now. And his current occupation, which he is a physical therapist by trade. If you know anything about a physical therapist, they're the kids in your class that only get straight A's because it's like one of the hardest schools to get into. So he has, in the real world, quote, a really good job. But David, I just got to ask you a couple questions. I want to know what the physical therapy place has paid you the last 3 weeks with your inability to do physical therapy.
Okay, so good morning, first of all. Yeah, so my first week off, I had 40 hours of vacation time, so I had to use that. And since then, I've been on short-term disability, which is about 50% of your typical bring home pay. So it's not very much, you know, it doesn't go very far when you're used to double that type of income as your primary source of income.
So David, I know exactly the dollar and cent amount because Kim Gray told me yesterday, but you're not getting rich here yet. I'm never going to mislead anybody, but you did have enough in the hopper that yours and Amy's paychecks have been fairly good the last couple of Fridays.
Yeah, so it's like we said earlier, when we started with RX back when it was RX, we had no idea about residual income and what we were building. We just listened to our upline and got involved and started building a business. And, you know, it's up and down over the years. We've been in this 3 years now. And, you know, when this hit and we're on short-term disability, of course, we're struggling, trying to figure out how we're going to pay bills, how we're going to get by. But one thing we noticed is even though we're not working, and I couldn't work for New Age, you know, I was really in a bad place as far as recovery. There's not much I could do, but still had that income every Friday, regardless of whether you worked or not. And yeah, it was a good income. It's as much or more than my short-term disability. So, you know, in a time of need, thank God that, you know, we built this over the last couple of years and have something coming in to help supplement, you know, and the thing I've noticed is like you said, you start getting the right combination of people in your business with you, and it just starts growing and you can't stop it. You know, so even though we haven't been able to work, we've seen our income from New Age increase, which is incredible. I can promise you my short-term disability didn't increase. so it's been a blessing.
And then David, and I see Amy's there with you if she wants to input anything. Can you talk a little about the community that you're a part of and kind of how that's been through the 3 weeks you've been out of commission, and then talk a little bit about the products that you've been taking in your recovery?
Sure. Let me talk about the product, the products real quick. I've cut back on some that I'm taking for just for other reasons, but I did stick with 2 main products, and one being MOA and the other being the Pure Nourish meal replacement shakes. And the reason I stuck with those 2 was anti-inflammatory properties, for one, and 2, as you know, nutrition is key in tissue healing. And so a plant-based nutrition is the healthiest nutrition in the world. And so I stuck with those just for the tissue healing and to improve the healing process. I'm already walking 3.2 miles a day, and I'm just over 2 weeks out from triple bypass. So it's really helped in as far as getting the right nutrition in my body. And the community, I think Amy can tell you more about this, because when I was in the hospital, I didn't know who was there or not, but I can promise you it was our New Age RX family that was there the most, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, you're gonna get me in my feelings. I would have been lost without you guys.
Yeah, you know, in this company or network, the people you meet are like family. You meet so many good people that are kind-hearted and are there for you in times of need. Todd was there. Ashley was there. Yeah. Kim, Miss Gracie. So many people I can't even mention, because I was given some good drugs, so I can barely remember even talking to people. But you know, Todd, you were there whenever when I walked the first time after surgery, and I was able to walk 15 feet and thought I was going to die. You know, I was coughing up a lung, and I certainly didn't think that I'd be walking 3.2 miles 2 weeks later. So just the community and the support has been the biggest blessing of all, and we're forever grateful for the people that introduced us to this network and all the friendships we've made over the years.
You guys are amazing. We love you guys. And Brent, you got anything for him this morning?
Yeah, David, it's so good to see you and Amy on here. And obviously I watched your progression and everything you were going through, and all the friends and family. It's one thing. A lot of people look at network marketing. Can you hear me okay, Coach?
We got you loud and clear.
Yeah, a lot of times in network marketing, we talk about the products, we talk about what they're doing for us, we talk about the income, we talk about the opportunity that creates, but there's a huge thing in our industry with community. I mean, and David, you said it. I mean, people support you, they come out for you. You know, and I watched that take place as you were going through what you were going through, life's challenge, and you know, Kim Gray posting like just on the hour, almost, you know, giving updates about you, and people coming in and saying prayers going up, you know, and praying for you, and so, you know, I don't think none of us can put a price tag on that of being a part of this community, that we know we got people in all corners of the world that are pulling for us. And that's unique in this world we live in. It's very unique. And so you and Amy make me grateful and prideful that I'm a part of this community when I see what you guys just went through and what we got in our hands with this community. So thank you for being a part. And you know, I guess that's like, I guess the other thing, David, is, you know, most people that hadn't been on products like you've been on, I mean, the recovery you've made and the timely manner you've made it. I mean, you are in this profession. I mean, you're a physical therapist, like you see it every day. Just being on the products over the years, how do you feel like that helped with your recovery?
Well, let me tell you this. First of all, Brent, you know, I lived a pretty unhealthy life up until about 40 years of age. And that's when it caught up with me, with plaque deposits in my coronary arteries. It caused me to have stents. And then we were introduced to RX a few years later, and I started this journey. When I went back, when I realized I had a problem, because Todd was doing a dance line down in Orlando, and I couldn't keep up, I realized there was a problem. So I went to the hospital, and when I got back home, and you know, they did the labs, and they said, your labs are better than healthy people's labs. They said, there's nothing that is an indicator that's flagged in red. Everything's within the normal. That's unheard of. And so they did a heart cath first. And my problem was scar tissue buildup. I really had zero plaque buildup from the years. So the changes I had made in my life with the products we have and just my eating habits really made a dramatic difference. Had I started this journey back when I was 20 years old, I probably wouldn't have these heart problems now. So it's pretty impressive. Even the surgeon said, you know, with the stents you had, they should not have lasted this long. You're doing something right. But it's time to do bypass. And so we did the triple bypass, and he was able to supply my heart with oxygen and blood flow that hasn't had that in years. So I should feel better, you know, as soon as this recovery is over. But as far as a testimony to the products, you know, to have perfect labs, zero plaque buildup, just the surgery was due to scar tissue. It's just a testament to the efficacy of what our products do and how they're put together up in Utah with the owners and Deanna Latson and how they formulate everything.
Yeah, that's amazing, David. And here's what you're an example of me today for. And hopefully everybody on this Zoom this morning, and maybe you can put it in the chats if you feel this way. But number one, to have the community we've got. Number two, to have the products we got, because it's not if something is going to happen to us in life, it's when. I mean, David, you were out, if anybody was in Orlando, like you were out in the line of the train, dancing at the 20s, you know, having a great time. And then a week later, you know, you're in there getting checked out and going into the hospital. So it's not if, it's when life's going to hit us. And the fact that we've got these products that we're putting in our bodies every day, fueling that preparation for when that happens. I'm sitting here patting myself on the back going, thank God for this opportunity that I got that. And then the income on top of it, that you're sitting there and you're still getting paid from a company. They're not saying, oh, David, you got to show up. You got to show up to get a paycheck. They're going, hey, we're going to pay you week over week over week from efforts you've done previously. It's just the testimony of you and Amy this morning is unbelievable. So thank you. Thank you for what you do.
It's awesome. And we love you guys. Y'all are absolutely amazing, but we are missing you. We need you to get well. I got nobody to go to Crab Island with this afternoon.
Oh, we'll be back.
Can you come down?
I'm itching to be back, I promise you.
Hey,
thank y'all for having us on this morning.
I just want to thank Anthony Moreland again and Andrea Rosser. They both have kind of worked behind the scenes this morning trying to get rid of the unwanted people on our Zoom. Y'all are greatly appreciated. Thank you for helping us with that. And if anybody out there has heard anything negative or seen a negative post, it's not New Age RX people. It's some intruders this morning that would love to be a part of such a special group. And obviously they've got some issues in their life and they aren't. So maybe we can find them and save them. But I just want to throw up a quick congratulations on Anthony, if it's possible, and Kim Gray, if it's possible for you to turn your camera on. If we could throw her up real quick. She is going to be a guest tomorrow night on Andrea Rosser's Sunday night call. And it is definitely one you don't want to miss because Kim officially won her $10,000 bonus check yesterday at about 1:18 p.m. and 20 seconds is when I got the call. She was tracking it by numbers and she knew that she needed $6 more to go in. And I think she actually had 3 brand partners go in simultaneously yesterday at that time frame and went slashing through it. So congratulations, Kim, for hitting your 10,000. And tomorrow night on Andrea's call, she'll share her journey of where she started with a box of drops that was given to her and how she's been able to do that. So we may not be able to put her up, but Kim, congratulations. And if you want to hear her story, be tomorrow night there with Andrea Rosser and her Sunday night call. But our special guest for the day.
Hey, Todd.
Go ahead, Brent.
I've got to formally give Kim Gray a shout out because if she's going to be listening to this and hey, Kim, roll tide. And congratulations. Kim is one of listen, we have no financial ties to each other. We are totally 2 Alabamians that are just working to grow a business. But I love Kim Gray. I love her tenacity. I love her work ethic. I love her preparation for the week of how she thinks about this, and I know that she's climbing the ranks and is going to be at the top of this industry, and she's showing that. So Kim, congratulations. $10,000 and the lives you've impacted and are going to impact in this company and in this industry is unbelievable. So we love you, Kim.
And then our featured guests for the day, by the way, David and Amy, y'all's testimonial was so powerful. I can tell it really affected everybody out there. It was when you told me yesterday, or when Kim told me what your paycheck was, and you told me the story behind the Pure Nourish, I was like, everybody's got to hear these two things. So congratulations both on residual income and on having access to quality products in your healing process. And but our special guest for the day on training, Brent, I'm going to kick off the interview. I know you're headed out to Colorado, and you and Ashley are going to not only do a big meeting there with Tammy Maltby and Robin DeMeo and Betsy Waters and Craig Tomanini and the whole Colorado amazing team, but you guys are also headed up into Wyoming for some house parties. And Ashley's on an income producing call with me, and anytime she's talking about Facebook, I'm ears, but anytime she's talking about home parties, I'm all smiles. I know we're about to make some income when them home parties get started. So anyway, Brent, I'm gonna turn it to you and Ashley, and then I'll pop back in with some questions here in a little bit on the Renew system that she's got exploding her business.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna kind of intro Ashley, because a lot of people, obviously, if you're new, maybe you don't know Ashley. If you've been here, you know Ashley. So you can throw her some love in the chats, because she helps literally everybody. It doesn't matter what team you own. It doesn't matter. She's there to help. But I got to watch Ashley come into the business, come into the industry. I had a phenomenal relationship with Ashley's mom. And, I ended up, and Ashley's told this story, so I won't get her to tell it this morning, but I got to witness the power of the industry. Ashley was building a business sideline, with her mom, and they were growing the business. And when Lisa was diagnosed and with breast cancer and ended up departing, and she had this want, and she ended up being able to give the business over. How powerful is it, that when this life on earth is done, right? And we've all got a dash, right? And to be able to turn it over to the people you love and let them grow and flourish it and make it even bigger is so powerful for me. And it lets you know what amazing things we've got in this industry we've been given. And Ashley's like this shining example of that, because I've watched her grab Lisa's business. She calls it Lisa's legacy, and grow it and make it bigger and make the future bigger, and the impact just amazing. So I get the good fortune of going into Colorado this week, going into Colorado Springs this weekend. So if you're anywhere close to Colorado, get there. Reach out to Ashley and she can get you information. And then we're going on down to Gillette, Wyoming, and we're going to do some parties. We're going to have a great time. So whoever you know around Gillette, Wyoming or Colorado Springs, get with me or get with Ashley, and we'll plug them in and we'll help your team grow. But Ashley, just, I guess, thank you for what you mean to me and others, and what you've done. But let's talk a little bit about, the how, what's happening in your business right now, and what are you seeing, not only with you, but with your team, because you're doing this online thing and you're having results because you're in my business, right? Some people say they have results and they don't have any results. And then some people are actually doing it. I see you doing it online. I see you creating customer acquisitions and brand partners, but you've also got a team that is also in home doing parties and bringing people together. And so I think we should do both. So talk a little bit about that and what you guys are implementing to make that happen.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Happy October. It's October 1st today. Super crazy, but really excited just to be here with you guys this morning and share. So absolutely love what David and Amy talked about, because just like Brent said, it's not a matter of when something's going to happen. It's a matter of, you know, not if something's going to happen, but a matter of when. And so just like Brent shared, it's definitely something what we have here is an amazing thing. And, you know, he talked about my mother's business that we had grew together, and it's residual income is truly such a blessing. And, you know, we talk all the time about, you know, creating this for our kids and our grandkids. And really, when you do see it in real life, especially when you're living it, right? Especially when you're living proof of it, it is really truly such a blessing. And so really just thankful to be here with you guys this morning and to share with you guys. But really what's happening right now is what I'm most excited about. I've been in this industry with this company for the last 7.5 years, and I've never been so excited than I am right now. And what makes me excited is what we have here with the 5-day trials, right? And I talked last night on the Sunday call with Miss Andrea, and I talked about it not being about the 5-day trial. It's about what we really launched in Orlando with the system of growth. And so with the system of growth, there's many different ways that you can build within this business, right? I love social media. I love getting out there. I love showing people my life, who I am, what I'm about, right? But really it is a tool. And so using the system of growth, but really being intentional with it, right? You can do it online. You can do it in person. You can take a trial to your hairstylist. You can, you know, really just share however, but really just being intentional with your sharing. And so, you know, I've done Facebook posts. I did a Facebook story yesterday, and I'm actually gonna have Anthony show it. I just did a simple little post in my Facebook story, and I did a poll on there. And so if you haven't seen it, oh, he is gonna show it. Okay. So I did this, and I just held up my 5-day trials. I blocked off renew, right? I took off the name of it because I want people to come to me for information. I don't want them just going and researching it and going and doing, you know, going on and seeing how much it is and all that stuff. I want them to come to me. And so I took off the renew, and obviously you can tell I put the stars on there so they couldn't see the little packets, but I listed a few of the different things, a few of the benefits that renew obviously has, right? And then I did a poll, and I said, trials going out today. And then there's 2 answers that you can put in there. I put, I want one, and more info, please. On my polls, I never keep the yes or no. I feel like no is a negative word. And so obviously if they don't want it, they're just not going to click it, right? So always on your polls and when you're on social media, I'm always like, I want one, more information, please. And so this is what I posted yesterday. And so I posted it on my Facebook story, and I also posted it on my Instagram story. And I had 9 people say, I want one on my Facebook, and 5 people on my Instagram story say, I want one. Not the more information, please, right? They actually wanted one. And so really just putting yourself out there and the power of it, right? You don't have to, you know, flood your feed full of information and always being about renew, but really just putting yourself out there. And so I plan on always doing either a post or a story once a week, right? Always getting out there, always being in front of people's faces. But I'm also only having that one goal a week for social media. And so now today, right? So I had 9 people on Facebook, 5 people on Instagram. And so we think about the 10 pack, right? So there already goes a 10 pack out the door, right? We think about the 10 pack of the 5-day trials. There already goes a 10 pack because, you know, it's like a lot of people are wanting it. And so really just get creative with yourself. But
Ashley,
yes.
can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Like, how long did it take you to make that post?
About 4 minutes.
So I got to say this so I don't forget. If I were anyone on here and you know how to make a story, you know how to do a poll, I would get off of this today and I would go do that, because how long did you say it took you to make it?
About 4 minutes.
So in 4 minutes, Ashley made $350 because 14 people ordered the 5-day trial. That's times 25. That's $350 in 4 minutes. That's not bad. That's not bad effort there, you know, for your time. $350, 4 minutes. But what about the people in the pipeline? What about as she moves them through the system? So Ashley, I just wanted to make that comment because, like, if anybody's wondering income producing activities today, if you haven't done that, then go grab and it's okay. Ashley would tell you it's okay to steal from Ashley today and do this. Go put it on there. Go make you some money today. Okay, Ashley, I'll turn it back.
You're fine. But it's powerful, right? And so we always talk about being intentional with what you're doing, right? It took me 4 minutes. It might take you 10 minutes, right? But it's going to be worth it at the end of the day. But it's being consistent with it as well. It's not just going on there and doing one Facebook story or one Facebook post or one Facebook Live. It's having that consistency of it, right? And so really just huge success off just that one story yesterday. So I definitely encourage you guys to get on there about it and get on there and do a post, either a post or a Facebook story, and see what results you get. And if you only get 1 or 2 people, that's still 1 or 2 more people than you had than before, right? And so just always staying consistent, always being persistent on there. And so, which I am on social media a lot. I'm posting positive stuff. I'm posting my life. And also people are looking at that too, right? I've had a lot of people in the summer times, we're busy, we're camping, we're here, we're everywhere. I went to Orlando for a week when we had the convention, and people are watching you. And so, especially right now, just with everything going on in the world and real estate and right, a lot of people are looking for what we have. And so definitely share it with people. If you're not getting yourself out there and being visible, people don't know what you're doing. And so I am really looking forward to also the Colorado Springs event. I have 2 guests going to that, and I don't live in Colorado Springs. I live about 2.5 hours north. And so, like Brent had mentioned, the Colorado Springs event, if you have people who are local, go on your Facebook, go through your contact list, see who's in that area within an hour, right? Denver's close. So see who you have in those areas that you can invite to the Friday night party, right? Even though I don't live there, I know people there. So I'm definitely going to bring them as a guest. And so building in person is obviously just as important. And then Brent actually said we were going down to Gillette, Wyoming. It's actually up. And so we're going to go up to Gillette, which is where my roots are. And really just excited to get together with the team. We had a call the other night, and, you know, just past brand partners obviously are seeing the Renew 5-day trials and the system of growth and how simple it is to share. And so they're getting excited. They're inviting guests to that party. And so really just excited to go to Colorado Springs and then up to Gillette to build in person and be belly to belly with people too. So
Actually, I've got a question for you. One of the things I watch is and you just said it, is how intentional you are about your post, what results you're looking for, how you follow up. So would you mind walking us all through that? So we see the post you made, you explain the poll where you don't get a yes or a no, you get a, I want more information, or 100% want one. I really love that. That's very intentional. But can you walk us through now the process of the ones that bought the trial pack, like in your mind, your intentional process now of moving them possibly into a brand partner? How do you do that part?
yeah, absolutely. So after the 5-day trial goes out, right, I have a tracking system that I have. And so a lot of you guys have the night 1 script, the night 2 script, the night 3 script. And so night 3 is the most important night. So many people, a lot of people have results after the night 1, right? So the night 3, getting them in the, like, are you ready to do a 28-day challenge with me? Right? So getting them to a box. Once you get them to the box, it's like they're having results. They see how simple it is. Obviously just kind of reverse engineering that and start talking to them about the income side of it. You know, you are having these results. Would you be interested in making $350 in 4 minutes and doing a Facebook story post, right? And so really just being intentional with that. But with the 5-day trials, obviously getting them to a 28-day box. So follow-up is key. Follow-up is the most important thing. Once that trial goes out the door, that's just the start of it, right? Getting them to a 28-day box for the 28-day challenge. And then obviously sending them the play video so they can start seeing that they can obviously share money with it or make money with it. And so using that system of growth that we really truly have. And then obviously the Zoom calls, right? So if you have people, like if people would have said, I want more information, right? Could have plugged them into the Tuesday night call with Dr. Crystal and Chris and everyone. And then obviously people who are interested in the extra income, plugging them into the Thursday night opportunity call. But a lot of people might not even ask those questions. They might just see the play video and be ready to start, but it's using the tools that you have, right? Because the tools is what makes you duplicatable. This, right? Everyone can put it in the mailbox, but it's really simply working the system of growth and using the tools and showing people, because I always tell people when you are sharing, you're training that person. So if you go into all the science and all the things, and here's this and here's that, and here's 74 things, right? They're in their mind, they're like, I can't do that, right? So you're always showing that person, you're training them when you're showing them and how and what you're doing and what you're sending them and that kind of stuff. So
Ashley, if I understood you right, you're using those scripts out of the app we're all using now, and you're just using them verbatim. You're just pushing day 1 out, then day 2 out, then day 3 out.
Yep. That's it. Simple.
Awesome.
And if you don't have boards, I highly encourage you. And, we've talked a little bit about on and off about boards, but really you can personalize boards to what you want. So when these people said, I want one, I have a screenshot of my Venmo in my boards. So I don't have to go to my Venmo and I don't have to look up my username and look up my scanning code and all this stuff. I literally just go to my boards, click my Venmo, send it to them. They send me the money. I mail it out the next day, right? So you can customize your boards however you want. Put your smart links in there, right? Put whatever you use to simplify your system. Use a system of growth.
Yes.
I have the play video in there. Oh, you can go.
No, I'm just going to encourage everyone to be very intentional about that today. It can sometimes be daunting or scary, depending on where you are in life on technology, to think about scripting some of your own boards just a little bit to make them personable, but having your own system like that where your Venmo or Cash Out, whatever you're going to be using, is already built in, where literally all you're doing is copying and pasting it. It really minimizes the amount of time that you have to put into this in an intentional way to be successful, because everything's already pre-done. It goes back to the golden rule. I read a book about how do you move from being a millionaire to a billionaire. And one of the number one ways is that anything you do more than 3 times, you have an automation for it. And that's the big separator. So get that automated, get it automated for your team. And new people won't be able to pre-script stuff. But the more you do that, the faster you're going to move. This information is absolute gold.
Hey, Coach, I want to say this too, because here's what's ironic about today, because we just congratulated Kim Gray. Kim Gray, I said it earlier, she's one of the most intentional people, of going into the work week and having, here's what I'm going to do. And she's got it all systematically laid out that she knows what she's going to do. And then I watch Ashley right now. Like, I've watched her over the last several months grab this system of growth and emulate, obviously, almost parallel to what Kim Gray does. She's created this board. She's created this systematic way to respond to people. So going back to what you said, Todd, like, there's a correlation. Like, Kim just snagged the $10,000 bonus from the company because she's intentional every week, and then I'm watching Ashley, just so everybody knows, again, she's in my downline, so I know this. I'm watching customer acquisitions. I'm watching her make money up front, and her people make money up front because she's starting to teach them. And then I'm watching them create a lot of customers through this, but then they've got this overflow of people these brand partners are starting to come in. I don't know how many brand partners, Ashley, you and your team enrolled this week, but it was incredible. Through South Dakota and Wyoming and around Denver, because they're starting to get all these people tuned in to this gateway product called Renew, and they're training them so that they know how to do the business once they enroll in the company. And so it's just amazing, Ashley, what you're doing. And is for anybody that maybe I know tomorrow night, Kim Gray's going to be on Andrea Rosser's call, but we probably need to put a training together, just an hour long on boards and how we can utilize it to be more intentional. Don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And the great thing about that, I know Todd said, if you're not great at technology, that's the beautiful thing about boards. It's all at your fingertips. So once you get it in there, and get it set up the way you want it, right? And it's one of those things where we learn by doing. Whether it's a system of growth, whether it's boards, whether it's anything in life, right? We learn by doing. And so don't get overwhelmed with it, because once you do get your information in boards, and it is simple. It's not like you have to go in there and spend all afternoon in it, but once you get everything in there, that's the beautiful thing about it, is that you don't have to, right? Everything is truly right there in your fingertips, that you literally just go in the message, you just click on what you want on your boards, pops it into the message, and then you just click send and done. And success loves speed. And so it's keeping it simple, but making and creating a system that works for you too in boards, right? So just keeping it simple, and definitely, and I do want to leave with this, and I don't know if we're ending, but I do want you to go and do a Facebook story today. And I want you to go and do a poll in there like I did. You don't have to take a picture of you. You can take a picture of the product. You can only take a picture of you, or do whatever you want, but go out and do the income producing activities, right? Because boards is great, but when you're in there creating it, that's not necessarily an income producing activity at the time.
Can I, for myself and the others that may not know, the post that you showed, where did you create that at? Like where if we were all if there was 116, I was gonna go do that today, where do I go? I don't even know where to go do it. Be more intentional with this. Can you walk me through that real quick?
Absolutely. So take a little picture with your cute little faces. And then you're just going to take it on your phone, right? So then you're going to go into your Facebook, and then where you do a story, right? So it says create story right at the top when you open it in your feed. So you're going to click create story, and then it'll open up your images once you do that, and you can click on the image that you want.
Anthony, can you share your phone in? I can all see it in case there's people like me. And people want board
You're
training, so
starting to
we
sound
will
like
do
Chris over there.
Hey, Todd.
Well, I
Todd,
just want, I mean, I know
No.
how to make a post, but yours just looks so good. I don't know how to do all those animations. So I just wanted to get in that right area where I can intentionally make one today.
Yeah. So you're going to go in there, click create story, click on the picture, right? Anthony I'll just walk you through it. I'll talk and you can share. Okay. So just go into, so there I am. So you're going too fast now. I can already tell Todd is like, no, I'm just joking. He's clicking on all the things. So you're just going to go into your story. So he went into Instagram. I have it where I do on Facebook and Instagram. It basically links to both, right? So I post on here and it automatically posts to Instagram. And so you just go on there and choose your picture. So there's Miss Lisa and Mike. So then up at the top where the little letters are, you're going to click on that, the A's, right? So now you can type. So type in better sleep or improved sleep or whatever you want. And then if you want to color them like I did, you can click that little color button, choose your color, right? So you can do it, you can move it around. Now, if you want to do another one, you can click the A's again, right? So then you can put reduce body fat. Choose your color, or if you want to use it black and white or whatever, you can, right? So you can make it you. And so that's really what I did is I just went in there. You know, you can click the A's, you can click that stuff. And then now you're going to go and do a poll on there. And so, Ant, where's the poll on? Is it yeah, that one. So go back so people know.
Wait, back up a second. Where did you go just now to find the poll?
So that little right next to the A, there's like a little smiley face with the document thing. So you're going to click on that third button right next to the letters.
Yeah, because I think the poll's genius. I love the way you set the poll up.
Yep. And so in here, you can do different stuff, right? You can add a link in here. And so if you have a smart link or if you have different stuff, you can add a link. But right there, on the third row to the right, it says poll. So you're going to click poll. So now you can put 5-day trials going out today. And then where it says yes, I put I want one. And then where it says no, always change that. I put more info, please.
Wow. That's
So then,
awesome.
and then once you click done, it goes into a poll. So people can actually go and do that poll on there now, and they can take that. And that's simply what I did. And all of them put, I want one, right? Not more info, please. And so really just always, like I said, being consistent. And that, what did that take, Anthony, right? I mean, it's so simple once you get in there and you start using it. And so I do want to say something about where you put the poll. So Anthony put it all the way to the top. So if you click on that, Anthony, like you're going to drag it, now put it back up to the top. So you can see there, it says, right? So it shows his name up there and says your story. And so always be mindful of not putting it right where your name's going to show. Or I also have learned too of not always putting it kind of down in the middle, because when people are clicking through their Facebook stories, if they're clicking through their fast, they could actually click it, which if it was a mistake, I'm still going to reach out, right? So, but always kind of be mindful of where you're putting your poll as well, because if you put it kind of in the middle of the screen or to the right, it's easy when people are just like clicking through their stories, they might accidentally hit it, but it is a good opportunity to reach out as well. So, and then you just, when you go to hit, and then you just hit post, like that little, yep. And then you just post it, and then it went to your story, and now it's done. So there it is. He posted it 1 second ago. And then that's it.
Wow, invaluable. Thank you for that. Hey, since we're doing this, just in response to the questions that keep hitting the chat room, is it possible, Anthony, we've got about 10 minutes left. Could you go into boards real quick? And then the same way, could you, because we've had a couple people ask about boards, could you show a person real quickly how to set up their own boards real quick? Just take 2 seconds and do that.
Me?
Yes. You.
I don't know if that's like, I mean, we might need more than just a few minutes or a few seconds, but I do, when you go into your Play Store, it's boards, BOARDS, and it's a little white icon and boards is in black. And so when you go in here, you can create your own boards, right? And so you're going to go in here, and I have the board that we created for our team. I have Ashley's board, which has all my customized stuff on here, but you can go and create your own board. Once you go in here, it says create board. Brent's gonna be my like my person. Uh-oh.
You might have to take the background off, Brent. It's possible.
But it is simple. So you just go in there, create your board, and then you can kind of go in there and start customizing it, right? So when I go in my board, I have my smart links. Ant's gonna show us. So when I go in here, I have my personalized board, right? I have all my smart links. So I have a smart link for so just like Ant had right there, this renew system of growth, right? And then he also had that one that he created. It says Anthony's board. So the renew system of growth is like where those night 1, night 2, night 3 text scripts are, and the play video and all the different stuff that you can use. And then in my board, so like I created one that said Ashley's board, and you can go in there. I put a ton of smart links in there, right? Because I'm like, everything that can simplify it and make me quicker, the better. And so I have a smart link in there for a 28-day box, just as a customer, no promo code, right? When you use your promo code, you're taking money out of your pocket. And so my smart link for my 28-day box, and I did see Ronnie had asked previously, what do I do for a 28-day box when I get people to that point? I just have them enroll under my smart link, right? I don't have boxes of renew sitting here and, you know, that kind of thing. I'm like, that's the beautiful thing of our company, is that they can go on there, create their own account, right? Because you want to start getting them on that order, that reoccurring order. And so when they get to the 28-day box, I just send them my smart link if they're wanting to be a customer, right? So I have a smart link customer, no promo code. I have an enrollment link for the Activate pack. I have enrollment link for the business pack, right? So it's putting all that stuff in there. I have a smart link for my shop lives, right? We had a shop live this week. And so it's really just keeping it simple, but everything you put in there is what you use or what you could potentially use, right? So all my smart links are in there. I have my Venmo information in there, my website, you know, I have everything about my business basically in my boards. And when I need to use it, it's there. So.
Awesome. I know that was fast for a lot of people that are new to boards. Just make sure you go and download the boards app. If you don't have that initial one that's called the Renew System of Growth, that's got the videos and the scripts in there, just let one of us know. We'll text it directly to you. And then all you do, you got to have the boards app downloaded already. But once you click on it, it'll ask you to put in an email and it'll download it into yours for you. And like, I still have not created my own. I'm just using that one for my responses. But heck, I use them. I've went and studied them, so I even am using them in normal text with people sometimes. Instead of having to type out a text, I just go to my boards and copy and paste.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing, Coach, Tuesday night I had a party, just invited some people. We had about 20 people there. And I mean, I hooked the boards up right to my phone on the TV, like HDMI hookup right to my phone. I was able to show the play. I was able to, you know, to do the things that I needed to do. I think I showed the James his quick video and the play video that night. So Ashley, let me ask you a question for everybody on here. Tuesday, would you be available like during the day? We could record maybe a chalk talk with you walking through the post, but also walking through the boards?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, done. So if that's the case, everybody mark your calendar. If you can be on Tuesday, it's at Tuesday, 12 o'clock Central Time Zone. We'll be on, and we'll also record it and kind of get that out there. That way we can get everybody up to speed on the post, but also the boards.
Absolutely.
Chris, were you able to come back in with us? You got any closing comments? Just want to make sure we don't leave you out.
You can hear me. Well, no, I'm not trying to be left out. I just can't. I can't turn my camera on because then I can't even hear. So amazing, Ashley. I mean, it was. I was taking notes, so that was really good. I wasn't having to watch everything. I have my notepad out right instead of taking pictures of what she was doing on that. I'm not very good on social media. I think I post about 3 times a year, so I'm not really what you call a poster. But it's what you're doing is really amazing. I hope you can even hear me. Todd or Brent, nod if you're hearing me, okay? But
yeah, we got you.
Really good stuff. And of course, I want to send another shout out to David and Amy. I mean, bunch of great people. They were, I mean, think about that. He had open heart surgery. He was on the Saturday morning Zoom. I saw you told me he was going to be on this morning. I'm like, David Daugherty is going to be on this morning. I mean, it's pretty crazy what in the family and the community we build. I want to end with one thing I do want to say. I feel guilty because you guys, everybody's on this call. I'm sitting on at the boat, you know, fixing to watch college football. So when it comes to residual income, everybody always talks about me and the residual. Ashley has experienced it from her mom's business and her building together. And I think the blessing I have of having a residual-based company. It's taken a while to build it. I think that somebody thinks you're supposed to join this and have a residual income by Christmas. And the real story is it takes time to build something like this. And I'm actually old enough now to collect Social Security, and I almost laugh at how little they're going to send me. It took 40 years to get what they're going to send me per month, and I get double that a week from this company. I'm like, this is nuts. I mean, why would it? I get frustrated when people don't realize the power. So the last thing I want to say is what Todd mentioned, that is income producing activities, or maybe Coach Palmer said that, but guys, you can look at all these Zooms in the world and you can watch all the training in the world. If you don't do income producing activities on a rate and consistently, I see some names on there. I would love to call them out and say, the reason your business is not growing is you do an income producing activity once a month. So like I diet one meal a month. So I'm not, or exercise one day a month. It don't work. The same thing with building your residual income. It's consistency is what builds it over time. That's actually great training. I can't wait till Tuesday. Now I got to think about Chalk Talk and make sure I'm there. No offense, Coach Palmer, but Ashley's going to have some good stuff there. So I'll give y'all a hard time. I'm going to turn it back to you. I'm glad you can hear me. I hate that I've not been able to be on the screen, but I still like being.
So I'm going to pull a Brent Palmer here. I want everybody to put a 5 in the chat room if you're going to make an intentional post today. And I'm going to make my very first one that, hey, every now and then somebody says something that I have this aha moment. And my aha moment was that poll thing you put on there, because I just feel like the way you worded those 2 questions is that the percentage of people going to respond positively is going to be really high because they really don't have a choice. So I'm going to intentionally make my first Facebook story today, and I'm excited about it. I think I'll do it from the beach with a 5-pack sitting next to me, not a 6-pack.
Love it. I love it.
Well, everybody out there have a super great day. Ashley, thank you for joining us. You and Brent both look younger. Y'all must be taking your products. Y'all's lighting, that white background is fabulous. I got to get me some white backgrounds so I can look young like y'all. But everybody out there, tell them how much we enjoyed them.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Hey, love you guys. Great.
Love you guys. Ashley, amazing. Thank you so much.
Hey,